Hello everybody, welcome to Possum Kingdom Adventures. This is going to be episode number 2 of the woodworking shop project. And there it is right there. I like to show it to you every now and then. It's still in its elementary stages. You couldn't tell it from the outside, but that's where it's at right now. Still got a long ways to go on this project. So I just wanted to kind of show you that. But I just given a little introduction to what you're about to see right now. Like I said, this is episode number 2, so I hope you enjoy, and I'll have a little exiting video whenever this one's done. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to my Possum Kingdom Adventures. I am Roger. I'm glad to see you today. Thank you for tuning in. It's a fairly brand new channel, but today we are working on this building right here. It's going to be a shop for woodworking mostly, but it's fairly brand new basically. I just had it delivered last week, and we are going to convert this thing into a woodworking shop. We got lots to do. As you can see, if you're looking inside there, it's just a shell. So we got a lot of work to do to make this thing into a woodworking shop. And today I have been shopping for all kinds of stuff. Oh, I wanted to show you. There's the air conditioner that's going to go into the shop. This air conditioner, it has a heater and air conditioning, so it's going to be really nice. And we're going to mount that bad boy right back there on that wall eventually. So we've got stuff to do that with. And then we got our stuff back here. There's a few boards, some conduit. I can show you real quick. Over here, there's our wire that we're going to use. And I'm just going to run service from the shop that's already here. We've already dug the ditch. There's the ditch, and we're going to just run conduit in there. I'm going to go right into the shop. So we bought stuff to take care of that. And then we have to get back here, open this up. That bed cover there is a Retrax if anybody's interested. I got mine at Truck Buddies. They do a great job installing it. There's the brand name. It's an awesome thing. It seals fairly well. It only gets a little bit of water. We'll get in the sides here, obviously, but you actually get very little water in there. So it's actually a pretty good deal. So there's the boards. Got the 1x4. We're going to use that for trimming out the air conditioner on the outside once we get it installed. It's treated. Don't have to worry about painting it. It's going to be in the back, not really seen. The 2x6 is going to be for like a plate for the air conditioner to sit on. And we got a couple of 2x4s. We're going to use those for just putting in other things like the breaker box and whatever else we need a 2x4 for. So that's the plan. Alright, so I'm going to turn this off for a minute and then we'll be back. So right now I'm working on trying to put some steps in front of this thing so it's not so hard to get in and out. And I've got started. I'm just going to do some blocks and see how that works out for me. It may be temporary, it may be permanent. We don't know. We may go all the way across. I'll figure it out as I go. But I got plenty of blocks. Got a pile of them right there stacked up. So it should be more than enough to do what I'm doing. So y'all just bear with me and I'll show you the final result. So hang on. Okay, I'm back. Got the blocks laid down. I'll let you see what it looks like. Not too bad. I think it's probably just going to be temporary. I think I'm going to go ahead and get a regular steps like that and put on here. It only needs like 2 steps to make it work. I think next time I go to Lowe's, I'll go ahead and pick up a step board. sideboards and the crossboards, and I'll just make it treated and should last for a long time. Don't really need handrails on the steps because you got these doors pretty much serve as a handrail. So I should be able to just grab a hold. There you go. So no handrails needed. So yeah, we definitely think we're going to do that. The blocks are not really that stable, and they could be if I took the time to pack the dirt and do everything you need to do to make them level and all that. But for now, it'll serve the purpose. So, boy, I tell you, it is extremely hot and humid today. Just doing a little bit of effort on working on those blocks, I am soaking wet, just sweat running everywhere. So it's burning my eyes. But anyhow, this is the day the Lord has made, and we're going to rejoice and be glad in it. I just wanted to show you all the stuff that I bought today. I already showed you the boards and the conduit that we're going to run our cable in. But I want you to check out all the stuff we got. I want to turn you around so you can see. So there's one of the main things, is the breaker box. We're going to have a breaker box to run this shop. And there she is. There's the cover. There's the base. All the goodies. And of course, I got all the breakers that we need. We'll unpack those too. Pretty nice. And there's our 10-2 wire. That's going to be used to run the air conditioner, and it's also going to be used to run a 220 table saw. It's only 220 equipment that I have is the air conditioner and table saw. So I'm only going to have to run two 10 gauge lines for that. And then of course you got your 12-2 regular old Romex, however you say it. And that's what we'll use to wire the shop up with, the electrical outlets and the lights and stuff like that. So here we go. Got some silicone. I'm going to use that because I'm going to have to possibly have to splice into the main electric wire going to the shop. And what I did was I bought some cables. Got 3 of them, should be. I bought some cable clamps right there. So I should be able to use those to clamp the 3 wires together. And the silicone will be used because I will take like a piece of 2-inch PVC or even smaller, or whatever those clamps will fit in. And then I'll put those clamps, or the tube, the PVC tube, over the clamps and fill it with silicone. And that makes it waterproof, and it'll be safe to, basically it'll be above ground. So hopefully that will work for me. I've done it before and haven't had any trouble with it, so we're going to try it again. The other thing is I may try to see if the breaker box inside the other shop, if it has enough room, I can run this wire up through the conduit going into the shop and then just put it right there where the other wire hooks, if there's big enough hole there for it to fit in. So if it will, we won't need the clamps and all that, but if it won't fit, then we got another way to splice into that power line. So that's what that's for. So back to our stuff here. There's a little coupling right there. That's going to be used for going into the bottom of the breaker box, and the conduit will go right up into it. So it'll all be completely enclosed. And there's the nuts. You had to have those for that to secure it to the breaker box. And then got a couple of couplings. So I'll have to couple that tube somewhere. I don't think it's only 10-foot sections, and that shop over here is 12-foot wide, so I'm going to have to add a little piece before we can get to the ditch, so I'm going to need a coupling. So I got 2 of those just in case. And of course we got our glue and our cleaner. I couldn't find any cleaner, believe it or not. It was this is purple primer. I guess it serves as a cleaner, but then it's got the adhesive or the cement in it too. So what else we got here? We got packages of 10 electrical outlets. There's going to be a bunch of those in this shop because I like to have plenty. I want to make sure that we have plenty, and it looks like I've got 30 there. There's one of the breakers. Yeah, it's a 20 amp single breaker. That's in for that bag. What we got here? There's a 30 amp breaker. We got 2 of those. Those are going to be for the table saw and the air conditioner. And here's the other 20 amp breakers. I got enough to fill up the deal, but I only actually need 7, and this breaker box holds 8. But I went ahead and got an extra one just so it'll be a full cabinet. There's our other outlets coming up here. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, so about 35 of them. I know you're thinking, man, that's going to be a lot of outlets for a little shop. Well, let me tell you what the plan is. The plan, let me get up in here in the shop. This building is 24 feet long. I'm going to put an outlet every other, these are 16-inch center studs on the wall. And to make sure that I have a power source and I don't have to use extension cords a lot, I'm going to put an outlet every other stud. So you have 1 there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9 at the end. Do that on both sides. There's the 18 right there. And the same thing here in the back. Be 1, 2, 3, 4. So there'll be 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 of them on the back. That's what, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And then we'll put 1 on each side of the door. Plus there'll be a light switch there. That makes 24. And then we're going to have 12 lights. I'm going to put 12 shop lights in this thing. They're going to be LEDs. I've already ordered them at Lowe's. I don't know when they'll be in. I guess July the 6th is when I expect them. But I'm going to put 6 of them down the ceiling. So that's going to give plenty of light in the ceiling. I'm going to put 3 of them along the kind of the top of the walls. So that'll be on both sides. Because you're going to have equipment. Hey, bub. Everybody say hi to Isaac. Just got out of bed. He looks pretty good for just getting out of bed, don't he? Mm-hmm. So anyhow, we're going to put lights on the walls. And that way, all the equipment will have basically a designated light for it whenever you're using it. They all have pull chains, so you don't have to have them all running at the same time. We just turn them on as we need them. All right, so let's see, what else did we get? Now, we got a whole bunch of these. You're gonna need a bunch of those. And there's a light switch cover in there, I think. And then we have 41 of these boxes. Yeah, a bunch of them. Those things are 32 cents a piece. So. Yeah, wished I could have afforded metal ones, but those are $3 or $4 a piece. So I'm on a tight budget, so that's the way it goes. So now we're going to install temporary power. Got a power strip there. And now we're going to put in temporary light source to get us through until we get this thing wired up. So that's what we're doing right now. And I have a hanging light fixture, LED 4-foot light from Harbor Freight. I have them in my other shop. They work very well. So we're going to put one of those in here temporarily. Put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. dim the light. So it's over here. That's harder to do than it looks. Plug her in. Plug it way over here. Cord to be out of the way. That's turn the other way. Kind of bend the light towards the other direction instead of towards the wall. And we pull the cord. We have light. Woohoo! Now what we're doing is trying to get ready to partially install the breaker box. I want to get the hole in the floor where the conduit comes through, so I can run this temporary cord through that hole instead of through the door. That way I can keep it plugged in all the time until we get the power in here. That's why we've got the saw in here. It's actually going to be the first thing that we cut in this shop. So I wanted to make sure we recorded that so you can see it. So we're going to get this back into position where it goes. Get it closer to the basket. So, a lot of people may not know it, but you can cut multiple things on a miter saw. Most people use it to cut boards, cut 2x4s, 2x6s, whatever. But you can also use it to cut conduit. And that's what we're going to do. You can use it for cutting PVC pipe. I wouldn't recommend using a miter saw for cutting metal, but we're going to cut a piece of conduit. If I can find more, there it is. I'll be able to put this on the saw. By the way, this miter saw stand came from Harbor Freight. You'll find that I buy a lot of stuff from Harbor Freight. I wouldn't recommend it if you were using it commercially, but to do what I do, it works great. So here we go. We get it centered up. There's going to be a little bit of noise. I guess my lock is just barely, there we go. Now we have conduit. So that's going to go eventually right there, but through the floor, obviously. So there you have it. Alright, we're fixing to drill the hole to put the conduit through the floor. Not necessarily going to install the conduit right now. And the reason you can't hear me very good right now is because we just installed the fan. Kind of put a little ventilation in here, but so you'll be able to understand what I'm doing better, I'm going to turn it off and then we'll start getting set up to drill a hole. That should make it a little bit better for you to understand what I'm saying. So now we're going to take the breaker box, and I've got the conduit cut to the length that which you saw previously. We're going to put it together. And now we got to mark the spot for the hole that goes through the wall or the floor. So I already know where the ditch is at. I measured that. And I'm going to put a pegboard up here. So the breaker box doesn't have to be too far past the wall, but we're going to put a 1/2 inch. Well, actually, the pegboard is only about 1/8 of an inch thick, so you don't have to stick through very much. It's going to stick through probably a little bit more than normal because I'm going to have to put at least a 1-inch board behind it to mount this breaker box to. I can't just mount it to the plywood or the siding. So I'm going to kind of look at it about 1 inch. Actually, a 1-inch board is not really fully 1 inch long. So I'm going to get about 3/4 inches. And see where that's at. And that's not going to be too bad. It's going to stick out a little bit after we get the pegboard up. So you understand what my plans are, is I'm a big fan of pegboard. And I'm going to put pegboard on the top, 4x8 sheets all the way around the shop. So I'll be able to hang whatever I want to throughout the shop. There'll be plenty of places to hang stuff. And then the other half is going to be 1/2-inch plywood. So really all I got to do is see about where 1 inch is going to be from the inside to the outside wall. And then kind of line it up. And this conduit is fairly flexible, so it don't have to be perfect. I want to be as close to the inside as possible because there's a floor joist just to the outside here. I don't want to go across that. So I got to make sure when I drill my hole that it's going to miss that floor joist. So I'm going to mark it right about there. I think that should clear everything. And it looks like we'll be in plenty good shape there. So I'll mark it right there and get as close as we can. I'm going to cut a 2-inch hole. This is 1¼ PVC, but that's inside diameter. The outside diameter of this is a little over 1¾ inch. So I'm going to drill a 2-inch hole to make sure we have plenty of room. And then of course we can silicone around the edge to fill in the gap so there won't be any bugs getting in here. So let's set this down and get the hole drilled. I'm hoping that the hole saw that I have is going to be long enough to go all the way through that and the floor. We will see. See if we can get this lined up. I got a DeWalt drill. I bought this in a set, and sometime in the videos I will show you the set that I bought. I got a good deal on it from where I work. They were able to get it at a decent price, so we've got a whole bunch of stuff that came with it. So I'll show you that in another video. Let's see if we can get this fairly well lined up. That looks pretty close. There we go, a little noise. I think we bottomed out. Let's see. I'm hoping that it'll go all the way through, but I may have to take a chisel and finish it. I don't have anything deeper. Let's see. I can't really see how thick. I gotta be really close though. Alright, bring it back up. Alright, we're gonna go find some other tools and then we'll be back. Alright, we're back. We went and got some wood chisels. I don't have, what I really need to drill this hole is a paddle bit that's about that long. I don't have one of those right now, so we drilled it as far as we could with the hole saw. Now I'm going to use chisels to try to break out that area there, and then it'll reduce the depth, and then I'll be able to use the hole saw again. So I got me some wood chisels here, never used them before. Again, I bought these from Harbor Freight. Most of the stuff that I buy is from Harbor Freight, so let's see if we are going to be able to break this out. Just a little bit. We go around. There we go. Look at that. Harbor Freight pulling through for us again. All I need to do is reduce the thickness of that a little bit so we'll be able to get the hole saw back in there. So there we go. We can go hole sawing again. So now we grab the drill with the hole saw. And we'll resume cutting. There we got the 2x4 out. Let's see if we can knock this thing out of here. These things usually have holes. I need to get a punch to punch that out with. I may have to go get it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this out of here without it. All right, I'm gonna go get a punch. I'll be right back. Okay, we went and got some punches, and they're right here. Again, these punches are from Harbor Freight. They are Pittsburgh. They have a lifetime warranty. You break one, you take the whole set back to Harbor Freight, they'll give you a new set. And trust me, they will break. I don't know how they do it, but so we're gonna flip it over here. Now we have our punches. Hopefully one of these will fit through the hole here. Absolutely. So now we should be able to punch that plug that we took out of the 2x4. Punch it out. Part way. On this side, we have to work a little on each side. It's having to overcome the drill bit that's in there too. So it's actually having to spin off of that drill bit. It will come off eventually. That's why they put two holes in here. So right, it's hard to turn that. That brake on this thing is awesome on this drill. I couldn't turn it by hand. Well, I have it out enough that maybe we can spin it off of there. Yeah. So now there's the plug. So we should be able to go through the subfloor now. And hopefully, I'm not going to hit that floor joist that's under there. Hopefully my measurement was correct. Here we go. Yep, looks like I did hit the edge of the floor joist just a little bit, but as you can see, I was as close as I could get right here. So we did the best that we could. The question is the conduit going to fit? If not, then we'll have to notch the floor joist out just a little bit with the chisels in order to get the conduit through. So let's grab the conduit and see if it'll fit. See, it fits fine. So it's a good thing I went 2 inch instead of 1 3/4. We don't have to do any notching. Everything's going to be just fine. And as you can see down there, as I was showing you a while ago, if we would have went any closer this way, we would have been off of the 2x4. And we didn't want that. We want to make sure we have plenty of stability there. So there you go. So now I'm going to run this extension cord through that hole, and then it'll be able to stay plugged up all the time. We won't have to run it through the door. All right, we're back. We're going to put the extension cord through the floor. It's a little dark in here right now because we have disconnected the power source to our temporary light power strip. So I'm going to have Isaac, my son, he's going to go outside and run the extension cord through the floor, through the hole that we just drilled. So here we go. Yeah, here it comes. Get a hold of it. Almost, there it is. We now have power to our shop. And we don't have to unplug it every time, so we can close the door. And that's going to be super nice. I'm going to turn the camera over to Isaac, and he's going to finish this video. So, now then, we plug this back in. We have our light rack, And I'm going to turn this fan on full strength so we can have some air in here. Oh yeah, there you go. I know you can't hear me that good now, but it really feels good. Now, to finish off the day, we're going to put in electrical boxes. Kind of boring, but I thought I'd show you a few of them, and then whenever we start putting in the outlets and putting the wire in, we'll show you that too. But I'll just show you a few electrical boxes. I already got one put in. I started before I started the video, but I'm gonna grab another one. This next one's gonna be a little tight. I don't know if I could even get my hammer in there to hammer it. This is going to be for the light switch. And I may have to just do a sideways hammer. These things have notches on them, and that's where you line them up. So you put them right on the edge, and it keeps them straight, and then it compensates for the paneling that you're going to be putting on. In our case, it's going to be pegboard. So I've measured up. I'm putting them at 5 feet. That's a little higher than what household would be, but you put them up higher in a shop because you're going to have equipment lined up on the wall, and you don't want to have to get behind and reach down and put it. So if you put it high enough, then most of the time you'll be able to just plug right in instead of having to reach way down and move things out of the way. So that's why they're so high. Let's see if we can hammer this in sideways. Now look at there. There's one. See, these boxes come with the nails already in them. So I didn't have to put nails in there. They just came with it. So, and I got the notches over here that's keeping me lined up so they'll all be perfectly aligned. There you go. It's very secure. And we grab another one. I've already went through and marked all of the 5-foot spots. So I just bring it down to there, get it all the way up against the notch. Should be able to hammer it straight now. So that's electrical boxes. So we're going to shut it off, but I just wanted to show you that. That's how you install electrical boxes. They're plastic, they're cheap, cost 32 cents a piece, but they, as you can see, they're very durable, they're strong. They hold up very good, so they work well. So that's it for now. We're going to put the rest of them in and we'll be back later. Okay everybody, that's it for this episode, number 2 of the Woodworking Shop Project. I just wanted to thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel. And I hope you enjoyed this. I got many more of these videos to come. We got lots of work to do. I just wanted to let you know that I would like for you to subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed what you're seeing so far. We're doing different things. I just want you to know that if you want to be able to subscribe to my channel, then you have to have a YouTube account. So you'll actually have to create a YouTube account. And then once you do, whenever you log in to YouTube on that account, then you will be able to subscribe. You'll be able to comment on the videos, which I want everybody to know that I really enjoy reading your comments. And I thank you, those of you who already have commented. So, like I said, you have to have a YouTube account in order to do that. So if you don't know how to do that, then get with some of your younger people in your life that know how to do that, and they can help you. And they'll show you how to do it and get you started. But once you have an account, you can subscribe to my channel, and then you can comment on the videos that I post. And you can also, what I always say, you can ring the bell, which basically it's a little thing that you can click on that allows it to where whenever I post a new video, you actually get a notification on your phone that I posted a video. So I just wanted to throw that little bit in there. And also, I just want to thank you for tuning in to this channel and for giving me your attention. and I hope you enjoyed it. May God be with us until we meet again.